Hey everyone, so I don't know about you guys, but the last full moon that we had like really kicked my ass. So yeah, I thought I would do a reading because I feel like it would be like a really good time to do a check-in for divine masculines and divine feminines, just to see what guidance we can get through or any messages that we might need to hear. Just in regards to sort of like getting into a better space, and I don't know what maybe needs attention or healing or anything like that. Basically, we'll just see whatever we can get through. So I'm going to start with the Starseed Oracle deck, and we're going to start with feminines. So I just know that I have a very high percentage of feminines that follow me, so we thought we'd start there. And then following the feminine reading, I'll be uploading a masculine reading too. So, Spirit, what can you tell us about the divine feminine journey currently, collectively? What's happening? What's going on? What's our guidance? What information do you have for us, please? Karmic relationships. So this card talks about polarity, soul growth, and conflict. So essentially, polarity means that there can't be light without dark. So basically, the dark is what helps us grow. So if there's been some darkness going on in your relationships at the moment, or if there's been any triggers arising that you've been having to deal with, this conflict is coming to the surface for you to grow from. So what Spirit is saying with this card is that there's parts of you that require healing that you need to go into. And in a sense, you're kind of like you're involved in these karmic energies because of these wounds that need healing. So there is a reason for it. And if you're, for example, if you're somebody like me, I know that if I'm not in a very good energy, I prefer to just withdraw a little bit until I can fill my cup up, because I don't want to burden others with that energy. So I do feel like instead of reacting, I do feel like it would be a good idea. I feel like in an energy where I feel quite reactive for this reading, and because I'm not like that, I know that that's not my energy. So I feel like some of you need to be cautious about how reactive you're getting, because you could be triggered in the moment by somebody, and then once you calm down, you might realize that it's an old wound that's being triggered, and that the present situation is probably maybe not quite as bad as it seems once you do calm down and realize the connection that's there to that old wound. You're not for everyone. It says, embrace your weirdness and face your true north. So I think this is really about acceptance, acceptance of yourself, and acceptance of the fact that, yeah, you are not for everybody. There are going to be people that you come across on your journey that just aren't for you, and that's okay, because I don't think there's anybody in the world that has come across only people that they love, you know, like, yeah, you're not for everybody, but that shouldn't put you off your path. So just find your true north and just keep facing that direction. Like, just keep pushing through and remain on your path, and embrace the journey of self-acceptance. Oh wow, we've got a lot of messages coming through. We've got Earthed here. This is such a lovely card. It says, learning how to be in the world, not of it. So what this kind of says to me is like, that probably most of the people that are being attracted to this video weren't originally from Earth, usually from a planet that either once existed or still exists, that perhaps is at a much higher dimension. So they're, you know, a little bit more loving and living in that state of unconditional love. So when you do come to the Earth, it's really difficult to manage the energies because of that polarity. Coming back to the first card, there's good and bad energies in this lifetime, and it's just about learning how to be human, like it says in this card. Learning how to accept people for what they are. Definitely a signal to get grounded. Some of you might be not acting from a very grounded space, so making sure you're getting into nature, meditating. We've got star ancestors here. So it says hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. We've got the pyramids coming out in that image there. And then we've got we the Hathers, deep love, mother's milk, birth is a portal. And we've got some more like Egyptian looking artwork there. So there could be a connection to ancient Egypt coming through here. It's funny for me because I'm actually reading The Alchemist at the moment, and it's like in like at the pyramids, so weird. But yeah, so that some of you could have connections to ancient Egypt, and you could have like ancestors from that lifetime looking over you at the moment in this part of your journey. I feel like they're probably trying to communicate with you and kind of sort of like reintroduce you to the wisdom that your soul once knew. Almost like revealing little bits and pieces of yourself that you might have forgotten about or something like that. Some of you may be pregnant watching this with the We the Hathers, because it's really about birth being a portal, and it's a very sort of maternal card, very nurturing card. So there could be some people watching this reading who are pregnant, or they're considering having another child or a first child. And I do feel like just this card, it just looks like that this is very, 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 very protected. So if you do wish to go ahead with that decision, or if you're already in that space, then I definitely feel like there's a very, very strong team around you, because for some reason, like this child's very powerful and very important. So they must have like a really important mission in this lifetime, or their future lifetime to come, or however it resonates for you. Some of you may need to look a little deeper into situations that are coming up. Going back to that card about polarity and conflict, I feel like there's been a massive like purge happening over the last maybe week, maybe a little bit longer even. Personally, that's what I've felt. I felt the shift. Actually, I've felt a couple of really big shifts. And I definitely feel like it was a collective thing. I don't just think that it was a personal thing. I could really feel differences in energies and things like that. And I think that that was a lot to do with the Pisces full moon being such an intuitive sign. But you might need to look into it like a little deeper into your triggers. So like if something's causing you to react, or if something's causing you to act out of character, or if something's causing you to go into like old thought processes or old behaviors, it's very important that you look deeper into this, and instead of looking at what's on the surface, you go a little bit deeper and you see what is the underlying cause here, and don't sort of don't miss out on what it's trying to tell you underneath it all. you're not alone. It says isolation, physical connection, and community. So this is really, if some of you are feeling quite lonely or alone at the moment, maybe you need a little bit of physical connection, or maybe you're desiring some physical connection, and you're being guided to really turn to your close friends, your most trustworthy friends, and your family, and just be around people that love you, really. Some of you might still be in lockdowns or isolations. So if this isn't possible, just find a way to get that connection, whether you're FaceTiming or just, somehow you're communicating with people to make sure that you are getting some sort of connection, some sort of social connection. I'm just going to get some clarifiers from the tarot now, before this gets too long for Instagram. And then there will be an extended version of this, if you do like it, available on my YouTube channel, either sometime tonight or tomorrow. Okay, so for feminines. I do feel quite a lot of sadness and grief throughout this reading. So I do feel like with these cards, I feel like you're guided to go within and go into a withdrawal mode and just sort of work on that heart space. Your inner temple needs attention. So like if you're not eating quite right, or if you're not getting enough rest, or you're not drinking enough water, not exercising, something to do with your body, your physical body needs attention. So really make sure you're nurturing yourself. You also do have a very magnetic energy, I feel, at the moment. There's a lot of people attracted to your light, but unfortunately not everybody has your best interests at heart. So you need to be cautious on who you're allowing in your space, and who you're giving your energy to. I feel like once you can fill your cup up, you will be back into this sort of Queen of Materials energy, and you'll be looking at the world differently again, with more positivity and more gratitude, ready to take on the world a little bit. I feel like you're going to be very driven, quite independent, and very focused on like your finances and things like that. What else have we got for the feminines, please? What else have we got for the feminines? What's coming, shall I ask? What's coming for the feminines? Oh wow, okay, so we got the Star, and then we got the Six of Inspiration. So what I'm feeling here is that you guys are going to be sort of, excuse me, looking ahead with a lot more positivity and a lot more hope. And with this mindset, you attract a lot more light and a lot more attention as well. I do feel like some of you are quite inspirational people, like, so perhaps some of you have like a high social media presence, or like you do some quite meaningful work or perhaps you're just really beautiful and you just have a lot of admirers, whatever it is. I do feel like you're sort of center stage in your world at the moment. Like there's a big focus on you. Perhaps a lot of people turn to you for help, or a lot of people turn to you for advice. And with the Muse of Voices coming in, I feel like this is because you're very direct and truthful, but not in like a harsh way or an unemotional way. It's more like in an integral way. Like your integrity is really strong, and you like your intuitive knowing helps you communicate to people in a way that they will understand, in a way that they need to hear. Oh my gosh, are we taking all of these? Oh, apparently we are. Okay. Yeah, so you're very influential to your community. That's definitely a strong thing coming in. But you need to be careful, because it does seem like there's a bit of like jealousy or rivalry or competitiveness around feminines at the moment. So whether this is someone like not quite in the picture that's sort of intentionally or unintentionally sending like negative energy your way, just by being jealous, or maybe they act like they want the best for you, but maybe they get triggered because of whatever reason, I don't know. But just be very mindful of who's around you, and coming back again to that top card, being careful about who you're allowing in your energy. I think that you might need to be very careful of temptations trying to lead you off path at the moment, or trying to distract you. That's one message coming through, but this also came out with the Lovers. So I do feel like there's some indecision around love occurring at the moment. A bit of going back and forth in your own head, or going back and forth with a person. Or you're trying to make some sort of decision about a person, or you're trying to decide between people. It seems like one of these people is a very grounded and stable option, and one of these people is not so much. One of them's a little bit more fun and passionate, yes, but they're also a little bit more impulsive, and not quite as emotionally mature as the King of Materials here, or the Muse of Materials. So if you're trying to choose between people, you're guided to go with the more stable option. Or if you're stuck in your head about a person, then you're guided to really turn your focus away from love and start focusing on your creativity and your abundance and your material world, and just trying to really like master those aspects first. What else have we got for the feminines, please? All right, so from that last full moon, it does seem like there was some healing that you were neglecting, or something that you needed to let go of that you weren't quite aware of beneath the surface. And if you were putting this healing work off, or you weren't diving deep enough into it, that's where the universe sort of came in and gave you a little bit of a nudge into that healing, and the universe orchestrated these triggers and things to occur, essentially for your highest good, but really just to kind of push you into that healing, push you into that awareness of what is going on beneath the surface. lot of shuffling happening here right now. Can we clarify the Two of Inspiration, please? Okay, for some of you, turns out I didn't need a card. For some of you, you were holding on to something that wasn't good for you, and the universe came and interfered in order to put you on a new path. It's trying to make you look in a different direction or a better direction. Perhaps there's a new journey for you to consider. Yeah, you need to definitely fill your cup, have some fun, find some reasons to celebrate, and just lift that vibration up in order to attract the same vibrational opportunities. Does that even make sense? I'm so tired. I was fully going to get an early night tonight, but my guides had other ideas for me, so that's okay. We might get one more card, and then I think I'm going to leave it there. Okay, we've got a couple. We've got the Knight of Voices and the Eight of Inspiration. So I do feel like once your cup is full, you're suddenly going to be seeing a lot more clearly, and you're going to be able to think a lot more clearly too. And this is going to kind of help you sort of kick your ass into gear, essentially. Like, just start smashing through the barriers and propelling forward to wherever you're trying to go. I think that, yeah, once your cup is full, you'll be very driven to succeed at something that you've got going on, or that you're thinking about starting. All right, feminines, I'm going to leave that reading there for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you got some clarity out of it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.